Mr. President, of course, we ask people to send in their greatest hopes and their greatest fears. I'll read a couple of the fears here first. My greatest fear is that we are turning into a communist country. And another one here, my greatest fear is that Obama will be reelected.
Oh, no.
Would you like to respond to those?
Well, look, I mean, this is an example of how our political rhetoric gets spun up. And, you know, the internet and Twitter and all these things are very powerful, but it also means sometimes that instead of having a dialogue, we just start calling folks, calling each other names, and that's true on the left or the right. That's something I think we've got to avoid. We've got to be able to have a conversation and recognize we're all Americans. We all want the best for this country. We may have some disagreements in terms of how to get there, but all of us want to make sure that our economy is strong, the jobs are growing. All of us want to make sure that people aren't bankrupt when they get sick. All of us want to make sure that young people can afford an education. And you know, I'm pretty confident that if we work together over the next several years, that the political temperature will go down, the political rhetoric will go down, because we'll actually be making progress on a lot of these issues. But we've got to stop the name calling, and we've got to stop looking at the next election. We've got to be focused on figuring out what we're doing for the next generation.
All right. Well, thank you very much. I believe Sway has your next question.
I'm over here behind you.
Ah, there you are.
Mr. President.
Hi, Mr. President. My name is Anna, and I wanted to share with you my greatest fear. I moved here when I was 14 in 2003, and I followed every legal step. I come from Colombia, and I'm waiting for my green card, and I have been waiting for it for about 3 years. My grandma turned 92, and I'm afraid that my green card will not get here in time for me to see her for a last time. Sorry.
No. Well, look, first of all, say hi to your grandma for me.
On the phone, yeah.
And second of all, one of the things that we're trying to do to deal with the immigration issue is to accelerate the process for legal immigration. This is something that we don't talk about a lot. A lot of the focus is on illegal immigration, but we're a nation of immigrants. And so the question is, how do we make legal immigration faster, less bureaucratic, cut the red tape? And so, you know, I'll be interested in finding out after maybe this session from you what your experience has been with the office, because what we're trying to do is reduce the backlog so that those people like yourself that are doing things the right way and the legal way, that you don't get so tangled up in a bunch of bureaucracy that you end up being discouraged. There's no reason why you should be discouraged. We want you here because I can tell you've got a great deal to contribute to the country.
Wow.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. President. We're going to go back to Katie over there.
All right. Thank you, Sway. And let's move on to some hope. What do you say? Let's see. I've got a couple tweets here. My greatest hope is that my children will have better teachers than I had. And the second one here, my greatest hope is something will be done about young kids having guns. I live in South Jersey, and the crime rate is crazy down here.
Well, we've already addressed the teachers issue. That's one of my greatest hopes. We've got to make sure that teachers are respected, that they are rewarded, that young people like yourself who have talent and want to work with people, that you're able to support yourself and live out a great life being a teacher. And so we're doing everything we can to encourage it. In terms of guns, obviously school violence is still a big problem. We're spending a lot of time, the Department of Justice, working with local school districts to figure out how can we keep guns out of the hands of kids. It's a top priority, especially in a lot of urban districts.
Yes, it is. All right, thank you. April.
Okay, I just wanted to let you look at this form that you filled out. We gave them an opportunity to fill out their greatest hope. Did you want to express to the President what your greatest hope is?
Okay. Hello, Mr. President. My name is Alicia Thompson. I'm a Communication Sciences and Disorders major from Howard University. I'm from Edison, New Jersey. My greatest hope would be that basically right now, through a lot of research, I've realized that there's more black men incarcerated than in college. So my greatest hope is that by 10 years from now, that there will be more black men enrolled in college than incarcerated.
Well, it is a goal that you and I share. And as I said, it starts young. I mean, African-American boys oftentimes fall behind in school early, start feeling discouraged, check out, drop out, end up on the streets, and then get into trouble. And if we can make sure that that young boy, starting at the age of 3 or 4, already knows their colors and their letters and are getting good preschool, and by the time they get into school, they've got a good teacher and are getting the support that they need, and are able to keep up with their classwork, that is going to do more to reduce the incarceration rate at the same time, obviously, as it increases the college enrollment rate. That's why we've got to prioritize education going forward.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you, Mr. President. We want to thank you on behalf of everyone, on behalf of BET, MTV, and CMT. Thank you so much for joining us. And thank you all and everyone in the world that is watching here today.
Oh, thank you very much, April. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
And if you missed any of today's conversation, you can visit BET.com, CMT.com, or MTV.com, where the entire show will be available for your viewing at any time you want.
And don't forget to vote. Register if you haven't already.
Don't forget to vote.
Thank you so
November
much.
2nd.
Thank you, Mr. President.